Hi there. Welcome to Preparing for Purpose podcast. I'm your host, Eve Mapanda. Now, I want to ask you a question today, and I want you to be very, very honest with yourself. Are you trusting God for whatever it is that you're praying for? Do you believe that God will give you what you're praying for if it is in His will? Do you have faith that whatever it is that you're praying for will come to pass? And most importantly, are you prepared for whatever it is that you're praying for? Now, the reason I asked you those questions is I often speak to women, and especially when we're doing like our Bible study, there's a lot around prayer and unanswered prayers, and why certain things don't come to pass. And it's often a case of, most times it's looking at why God hasn't answered our prayers, yet a lot of the times people don't actually take a step back and ask why those prayers were not answered, and could it have been something that I was supposed to do but I didn't do it. See, the way I like to think of prayer is the way exactly God says, ask and it shall be given. Like, it makes me believe that it's that easy for God to give us the desires of our hearts if it is in His will. It makes me think that there's nothing that is impossible for God. And so whenever I go to God with that kind of mindset, I know that my job is just to ask. When it comes to the communication, it's just for me to ask. And mind you, God already knows what I want, what I need before I even go to Him. He knows what you want. He knows what you need. Even before you think of it yourself, He's already gone ahead of you. So if I can stand in that belief of knowing that He already knows this, then the hard work then comes from me. It comes from the things that I need to do so that whatever I have prayed for can come to pass. Now, you might be thinking, but yes, God says, ask and it shall be given. Some people think that they don't need to do anything. But then, on the other hand, if you think about it, there's something that needs to happen for our prayers to come to life, our prayers to be answered. And one of the key things for me has been believing that God can do it. Because if I don't believe that God can do it, then why am I going to God for? I believe that He can do it for me. And I go with that conviction. So whenever I go to God, I go knowing that God will do it. My faith hasn't always been this strong. It has taken me years to get to this point. I've had to consume myself in understanding the word. I've had to understand the promises that God has made. I've had to rely on his word. And because of his word, I have seen things in my life that have come to pass because I believed. And I go boldly before his throne and I ask for it. Secondly, I prepare. Like if God has said this is what is going to happen, my job now is to just prepare. Think about it. Whenever you have booked your ticket to travel somewhere or you're going for a job interview, the thing you're going to do is prepare, right? You're going to prepare your holiday clothes. Some of you will be thinking about what you're going to wear. You're going to be, if you're going to visit family, you would have, told them that you're coming. You would have made plans of what you're going to do while you're there. And if it's a job interview, people go as far as even preparing what they will say on the interview. So then why can you not prepare for what you've prayed for? If you think about it, if let's say you think of yourself like standing on a global stage, speaking to so many people, sharing the gospel, whatever it is that you want to do in this life, what needs to happen? What preparation do you need to do? What do you need to put in place so that when God blesses you with your prayer, that you're not trying to figure things out? You're not caught off guard. Because what happens most times is, people, the prayers God answers at that point, most people are not prepared. And what ends up happening is they end up missing the opportunity. Do not let that be you. Pray to God for what you are praying for, but also believe and prepare yourself for what he will accomplish in you. And remember that with God, it's not if, it's when, if it is aligned with his purpose.